Welcome to the Fashion Icon. Get ready to be inspired, and you're going to learn all about fashion. So stay tuned.
For more awesome content, like and subscribe now.
And welcome to the Fashion Icon one more time. Oh my God, I'm hot. It's like, woo! Our guest today, it is like steaming.
Oh my God.
This girl is just way too pretty, talented, and just like, so here we have Alyssa Can. I mean, this girl is like, you can't help but just admire her.
Aw.
You know, she's such a wonderful, amazing, young, talented, kind girl. And I'll tell you, she won the Super Bowl in the first try.
Oh my goodness.
Alyssa Can, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. It's only the first minute. I mean, this is incredible. Keep me here forever.
I need a fan. It's like, have you seen this? No makeup, and she's that beautiful.
Stop
I feel pretty just being next to her.
Oh, Baron, you're too kind.
No, really. It's like I've always looked up at you and really admire you for everything that you have accomplished and what you represent.
Oh, thank you.
Everything that you're doing and have done in the community. Because oftentimes, I see girls that are crown chasers and
Yeah.
kind of like just go around. They just want to have a crown.
Yeah.
And I see that you have focus. You were like, and I said that you won the Super Bowl because, who goes to, Miss Teen USA and win her very first pageant, and she nails it and she wins. That is like, wow.
Well, I won Florida, but I didn't win the Nationals. But hey, look, winning Miss Florida Teen USA is, for what it is and how competitive it is, I mean, winning at that level was just incredible. I mean, words cannot explain how grateful I was and still am for that night.
And I like what you're doing about financial literacy and things like that you're doing, because especially the young people, they don't really get, they wait until they're older to get prepared for that. And that you're doing, I find that if our parents would show us a little more as, when we're younger, how to start doing, and knowing how to handle money, and the whole life will be, it will actually be a life-changing thing there with you. So tell me a little bit, how did Alyssa get into pageants?
It's so funny. Pageants were never on my radar. I grew up playing basketball. I was very involved at my school, but more on the athletic side. I was never involved with any kind of beauty or anything related to that. When I graduated from high school, most of my friends ended up going to a different university than I did. So I was at school. I felt alone. I just felt like I had a void in my life. And I was talking to my mom about it, and she goes, you need to have something. You need something new. You need something. And my mom suggested that I try pageant. And I'm laughing at this woman. I'm like, what are you talking about? Me in a pageant? These high heels and walking all pretty? I'm like, me? No. And that was my first thought, was no. But I looked into it, and, I got curious because I love trying new things. I like to challenge myself, push myself out of my comfort zone. So, I did some research, and I'm like, what is pageantry about? And it has shifted. I had misconceptions about it, and it has definitely shifted. So I saw it's community service. It's about who you are and what you're doing with your life and what message do you want to share with the world. I saw that that's what pageantry was about. And I'm like, this kind of looks like something I could get into. And I searched a bunch of systems, and I found Miss Florida Teen USA. And it just seemed like everything I could have ever wanted. And so, God willing, I'm like, let's do it. And I applied, and then I got the email back a couple months later. And then, the rest is history. And it really was just my mother's intuition.
And I tell you something, that you did something that 98% of the girls or moms do not do in pageant. Okay? And I know that because I went to the Super Bowl first, and then I came down, and I got dragged into pageantry because my daughter started doing pageants, and that's how I got back into it. But you did a research about what pageant you wanted to do, and knowing that, and that's a common mistake that a lot of the girls don't do. They just go into a pageant because they want to get a crown, and they don't get what is the pageant about. Not every pageant is for you.
Exactly.
It's like you have to do a research, and that it just makes me happy to see that you're empowering people by telling your story about how to get that. And how did you get ready for it? What steps did you take to get ready for the pageant?
Like we're talking about research, a lot of research, and trying to understand, what is this pageant really about? What are they looking for? Is this going to be right for me? So, obviously the first step was finding the system that was for me. And once I saw Miss Florida Teen USA, I felt like this was going to be somewhere I could fit in. From there, it was just preparing myself mentally, trying to stay strong mentally throughout the process, because I never wanted to get to the point where I felt like I was compromising myself to win that crown. So I wanted to make sure, no matter what I was doing through the process, to make sure I was staying true to me throughout everything. So my mom and I were watching videos, the old pageant years prior, trying to, we were studying up. We were studying.
Like you see me while I'm shaking. After this, I'm going to bring you a pamphlet that I have. And everything that we're talking about, everything that you're saying, it's written in there.
Oh my goodness.
It's written in there.
That's awesome.
Because that is, how, it's like I've taken my experiences as a pageant dad and put it in paper to try to help others and share our knowledge, your knowledge, so they can, connect and stay on the righteous path to success, because that is very, very key. And how do you go about it? What advice, I would say, can you give to a young girl that wants to be a beauty queen on how to prepare for a beauty pageant?
It's no matter what you're doing when you start the process of getting into a pageant, understand that you want to make sure it's right for you, but through every step is stay true to yourself. I think that's what set me apart at Miss Florida Teen USA, is that I wasn't trying to be anyone else. I said, when I get there, the moment I get there, I'm going to be the exact same person I was from, forever, my whole life. I'm not going to change a single thing about me. When I get on the stage, the judges are going to see me. In the interview, the judges are seeing me. It's me at my purest and truest form.
Positive, healthy mental attitude.
Exactly. And that's the biggest piece of advice I can give, is you have to stay true to yourself and stay authentic. The judges want you. And if you're trying to change yourself to be somebody else, it's not right for you. It's just not right for you. So that's definitely the biggest piece of advice.
And there was questions that they used to ask in a lot of the pageants, and it was like, well, if you are given $1 million, what would you do? And here comes the girls. Oh, I would donate it all, to the poor people, and I will do that. No, you're not. You're going to go out and you're going to buy 5,000 pairs of shoes, 20 purses. That's what you're going to do. It's like, be honest.
Tell the truth. Yes, exactly.
You can go ahead and say, okay, I can make a donation to, make a positive impact in the community and stuff like that. But be real. So
exactly.
What does Alyssa do on as a hobby? It's like, what would be your perfect day? I want to get away from the hustle and bustle. What would you do?
My perfect date? Oh, I feel like I have to say April 24th. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know the joke? Isn't it April 24th? I hope it's the right date. I hope that's the right date. I hope that's right. If it's wrong, cancel me from pageants. Don't let me compete again. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
okay, good. April 24th is my perfect date. It's not too sunny. What? I don't even know what she says. No, my actual perfect day.
Watch the movie.
Yes, watch the movie. It's April 24th. Thank you. No, my perfect date would be, I'd wake up. Someone would buy me breakfast. I love to eat breakfast. Get me some waffles and pancakes. I actually do really enjoy school, so I would like to go to class. My most productive...
Mom, I'm taking your daughter for breakfast. I'm taking her to my favorite breakfast place. Okay, it's... what is it, Baron?
It's not your favorite if you don't know the name.
Yeah, of course it is. First Watch.
Oh! Me too. I love Come on.
$1 million bacon. I'm dying. Like that was the free advertising there.
Sponsor him. First Watch, we love you. No, I actually enjoy going to school because I feel like my most productive days start when I get a nice breakfast. I go to class. My classes finish pretty early in the day, and then I end up doing something productive from there. I'll volunteer. I'll give time for myself. I love video games. No one knows it, but I love video games. And when people find out, they're so surprised. So I love to play my favorite game for maybe an hour, wind down with a movie. That's my kind of day.
What is your favorite game?
It's called Valorant. My mother I heard her say it too. You don't know Valorant. Don't tell me you know Valorant.
I heard it on my son's
I was about to say. Yeah, it's a game, a lot of teenage boys play.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so fun. But, limit it. I got to limit it. I used to play a whole lot, but that's...
Yeah, he
I
gets
can't
hooked
sit.
on
No. I'm very disciplined with it. I love to have that as a hobby. It's a hobby for a reason. Keep it to the side and make sure I stay productive. Stay on top of my school. Make sure I'm finishing strong because I'm graduating in December.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a crazy road. I cannot believe that it's coming to an end, though. Time really does fly by.
It's stepping stones. As I say, baby steps. God's going to take you to the right place, and it's going to guide you to be
exactly.
So you can fulfill your dream of what you want to do. So, as a model, what have you done? What are you doing? Do you do mostly runway catalogs? What is it that you mostly do as in modeling?
Well, I'm on the short side. I'm 5'6.5", so I'm shorty. But I'm not letting that hold me back. I'm still at the beginning stages when it comes to modeling. Just 100% honest. I'm still getting there. I have a few agencies across the country, but I think it's about finding that one right agency that will know and understand my values and what I want out of modeling and help me reach those goals. So it's still early stages. I pick up some commercial work here and there. I just filmed for a Universal commercial, so I'm just waiting to see if I'll make the final cut.
Nice.
I'm waiting for that. I don't know when it's going to come out, but it's early. It's so early for me.
Have you done any editorial work or
No. It's just commercial work I pick up here and there. It's nothing full time or even close to that yet.
I can actually see you on a billboard on the cover of a magazine. And
one day.
And, because you said you were 5'6". Honestly, I thought you were at least 5'8".
You can't
because
tell.
You have such long extremities.
Yes.
Okay, that it makes you way longer.
Exactly. You can't tell. If you see a photo of me, everybody thinks I'm at least like 5'7". Everybody thinks so. So I'm just hoping that I'll get there.
What would be your dream? I'm not going to say job because obviously you're working towards your career, but what would be like the ultimate thing for you in modeling that you would love to achieve?
I used to walk through Macy's with my mom, and I would look at all the Dior campaigns that they would do, and I just loved how classy that kind of perfume beauty modeling look was. Just the beauty, face, hair, just that kind of, I don't even know what, I guess just calling it beauty work. I guess that's what it is. But I see myself doing that kind of work, big campaigns for makeup brands and hair work with L'Oreal commercials. I dream of those kinds of things. And I think I know that one day I'll get there. It just takes hard work, and I'm pushing at it right now, trying to build up my portfolio and hopefully get there one day.
I think that you will make it. You have a very unique ethnic look to yourself.
Thank you.
That you can't really tell whether you're Dominican, Cuban,
no one knows,
an island girl or anything else like that. So that in my 46 years experience doing this internationally, I can honestly say that you have a pretty international look to yourself. There's nothing that you can say, hey, you're from here. You can, you can't really point your features. You're just a gorgeous. And I feel that, the biggest asset that you will have as a talent is just your charismatic personality.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You walk in and it's like wow, it's like you walk your talk, and that's quite impressive for us. So as far as the modeling is concerned, what advice would you give to a young Alyssa that wants to get into modeling? And I mean, what steps would you tell some of these girls and share with them to take to become successful at it?
Yeah. I would definitely say, do your research before committing with any agencies or make sure it's right for you. Make sure that as you're going through the process, you understand that whatever agency you're with is aligned with your goals. You want to make sure that you're on that same page. But the most important thing is to just never give up. I've been told by so many agencies, you're a little short, or your hair is too long, or it's this, or it's that, or whatever. I mean, and I know my dream, and I know what I want to get out of it, and I know that I can inspire so many people. So I'm not, the no's just open another door. You can hear a no. That just means you have to redirect and continue going forward. You can't let those things stop you. When you know what you want, you got to keep on pushing. Just make sure you stay true to yourself and understand, have an agency that understands you as you're going through that process.
Have you ever done the Chicago or the Georgia Mart?
I did Atlanta twice. 1 year I modeled for Sherry Hill. Incredible. And then another year I was with this brand called Knox Annabelle. So it was incredible. I haven't done Chicago yet, though. I'm unavailable every time it comes around. Since I started pageants, every single year I've been unavailable, unfortunately.
It's quite, but it's a lot of the people, they say, oh no, I went to New York Fashion Week. And I says, look, it's like, yeah, you went to New York Fashion Week. But honestly, when it comes to money-wise and exposure, I found through the years and to the girls that I've taken there that there's so much more to get, because you're dealing directly with several, directly their campaigns of all of the designers that are there.
Right.
And you get a lot more direct exposure. And quite frankly, but I think that you do that. I honestly have a couple of things in the works that I have a catalog shoot that I'm going to be doing for it's a brand that is called JMP Fashions, that is a Caribbean wear, and I think that you'll be perfect for it. I'm going to forward some of the photographs for that to George. He's the owner of the. He's been my client for 21 years. We shoot 2-3 catalogs every year, and one is coming up now, and I think you'll be a perfect fit for it. It's like that. It's factory. We do about 480 outfits in one day.
Wow.
It's like I have 7 models working, and it's just rotating.
Yeah.
I don't stop. It's
right.
rotating.
Let me know.
And besides that, it's a great experience because a lot of the girls don't value that. And one of the things that I try to guide some of the girls is, look, it's like real modeling. It's not about you doing selfies and do that. There's a lot more to it than that.
Yes.
When you're working with a producer, with an art director, with not a modeling agency, an advertising agency. They have their campaign. They have everything in line to what it is. It's not what you like. You're nothing but a hanger there. You're wearing the clothes. You're looking pretty.
Yeah.
And you got to make that clothes. Even if you hate the outfit, you got to make it look good.
Oh, yeah. Okay?
Oh, yeah. And feel good. So what's in the future for Alyssa?
So first step, graduate, putting my full focus into school right now and trying to build up my modeling as I continue on. This year has been really great for modeling so far. I feel like I've gotten a good amount of jobs, and hopefully it keeps on rolling. From there, I'm hoping to start getting into schools and bringing some sort of program into schools to talk with kids about their finances. I got lucky that my mom kind of broke it all down for me before I started with my first credit card, but not a lot of people get that experience. So I want to, be that person if someone in a school is not able to have that. So then I'll start going with that. So I'll be working this summer. I have an internship, and hopefully I'll get a full-time offer after I graduate. So that alongside modeling, alongside my own program, but I have a lot I want to do. I never like to slow down. So
I'll give you a little tip, something that many years ago, as many of the people know, I'm a community activist. I created an anti-dropout program, and I took it to public and private schools. You know how they have the career days?
Yes.
Okay. You may want to check into that, because what I did is that I would use photography and modeling as a way so they could understand that they can do anything that they want, and put a lot of, we were talking off camera earlier today that that you can see all the positive books that I have back from the 80s and 90s and stuff like that, because I ever since I got out of the Marines, I started, my very first motivator was called Leo Buscaglia, an Italian psychologist, and they used to call him Dr. Love. And that was the first inspiration. And then, Earl Nightingale and followed, and a whole bunch of others. And I always try to put like a positive message. And this is the reason that you're here and all of our guests, because one of the things that I like to do is empower others so they can be the best that they come. And we're talking, it's just a conversation, you and I, but someone on the other side is watching, it's listening, and if you can empower those persons, just that one person could change the world.
Oh yeah,
Okay?
100%.
And that's that's the message that I take. That's the legacy that I want to leave behind. That I was able to share my knowledge along with a guest like yourself here, to be able to say, hey, here.
Yeah.
Take this and run with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
No.
So, in closing, what advice would you give to someone that's watching you now, a beauty queen, a beauty contestant, or a model, on what would be the righteous path for them to become successful and empower them?
The best thing that you can do for yourself is just continue to learn new things every day. From there, you'll find your passion, you'll find your purpose, and understand what you really want to do with your life. Don't let things hold you back. People will try. Life does get so hard, and there's a lot of pressure. And we were talking again off camera, but the world is always changing, and things are scary. But continue learning, continue growing, and stay true to yourself in the process. That's the biggest piece of advice I always tell people: is stay true to yourself, because it's easy to get lost in what we're doing, or even pageantry. It's easy to get lost in pageantry. You can get lost in modeling, or whatever it is that you're doing. So no matter what you've got going on in your life, just stay true to yourself, and you'll reach all your goals that way.
Okay. So I want to thank our sponsor, Mirta de Perales, for sponsoring this amazing opportunity. Actually, we're going to give Alyssa some of the product that is amazing. It's some of the products, the best hair care product in the market. So if you need to get it, make sure that you hit that button, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, the Fashion Icon bringing you the latest tips and trends on some exciting guests like Alyssa, that you get to, learn from them, and make sure that you follow her on social media. What is your Instagram there?
My Instagram is at Alyssa_.k. Simple.
Not bad. That's easy enough. We're going to put it in there so you can follow. Make sure that you go ahead and like us and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where there's a lot of powerful and valuable information to empower you. So I'll see you next week in the Fashion Icon. Stay fashionable.
Bye.
For silky smooth skin, come use our brand new line from Mirta de Perales body lotion, including hyaluronic acid and vitamin E. Perfect for you.